Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheist one too, and all in between. This is for the absolute positive, good God and truth of you, only crossing bigger and better to the here and now of reality check. The other day I was sitting on my porch and I was just getting a little bit of air, and as I look up, I see some guys walking towards me. Some Mormon guys, right? Church of Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints. So they come up to me. They said, Have you ever heard of the Book of Mormon?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah. I said, "But I got a question for you, man." I said, "Would you agree, man, that if you feel more positive, right, with anything you're doing, right, that makes you feel good?" They said, "Oh, yeah. I said, "Well, would you admit that that's the truth of that good only making you feel bigger and better, more positive?" I said, "Oh, yeah. So I said, "Would you agree that that was the example and life of Jesus Christ?" And they looked at me, and I said, think about it. He was a man that was one more positive, right, than all faithful negativity when crisscrossed with all good as truth, right? The bigger and better than all. So yeah, okay. I said, "Well, how can you suffer, decay, and disintegrate out of reality check and die of that?" At that point, right? They understood the example of life of Jesus Christ, right? And it wasn't dying on the cross for their sins. Let me explain something to you. They were shocked and they were ready to get away from me after I told them, "Listen, you can't serve two masters." You hear me? And neutral is nothing. As stated at the crucifixion, you have to absolutely positively, right, only add up good as truth by stealing your life back from all faith. The foolish negativity of all decay and disintegration, the crisscrossing way and gamble and crapshoot of all you are of reality. Check me out. If you're not crossing one more positive, only adding up good as truth, the only way you can to a bigger, better here and now of your reality check, you're only negatively deficient of it. You hear me? You are lacking from the inside out at 360 degrees to make the bigger and better of all you are more positive and good as the truth of your shape, form, mass to the here and now of reality check. And as I started saying that, I said, I just said it. I said, nothing ever decays, disintegrates, or dies of crossing that rightful, truthful way. I said, that's the thief of the good truth of God, of the bigger, better Adam man, first evolved the triple male of all I am. And by the time I got the rest of it out, they had split. I want to show you something, world. Listen to me. There's a lot of things going on out here, and there's a lot of illusions and tricks, And sometimes, if you're human, if you're born into a body that's a man or a woman, these things, right, can foolishly, right, deceive you and get the bigger and better of you. Nobody can get around that, okay? But if you only stay preset to cross more positive than any negativity, yours, mine, anybody's of anything, you will be good. That is the truth. We are in a positive universe. That is how that works, and that is the bigger and better of all God, truth, reality check. And that's absolutely how Jesus didn't die on the cross and live through it, man, to show you, man, and to show the world that was the true articulation of Adam. You hear me? He was created perfect, never to be destroyed. But when he turned to the less evolved faith of Eve, right, that less evolved faith from the mind to the body was only less evolved good as truth to their shape, form, and masses, lasting here and now, more positive and good, bigger and better than the negativity. And I can prove it absolutely, positively, have not a faithful doubt, right? Check me out. If he would have only crossed her more positive every time she crisscrossed back negativity, right, with negativity being nutty and fruity with that tree, right, they would have been good. We'd all been good. That would have been the only example of the here and now of reality check of us to the bigger and better of all mankind of infinity. But because they didn't do it and they were utterly lacking, right, And just like Jesus said about Adam, right? If Adam was good enough for you, he would have never died. You hear me? And he said that in the Gospel of Thomas. That's 85. And the reason why he wasn't good enough for you is, one, he wasn't an Adam man, A-D-O-M man. You hear me? He was an atom man, A-T-O-M man. The good God and truth, the absolute bigger, better reality check of Jesus Christ, of all I am, right? One that embody of all matter, right? Made of atoms, a shape, form, mass. If you are crossing more positive than negative, you are stated good to the truth of your shape, form, mass, only crossing bigger and better than all negativity, right? And that's why, as stated at the crucifixion, man, you have to steal your life back. Absolutely, positively, with the good of God of you, the truth of God of you, the bigger, better of God of you, the thieving Holy Spirit out of all foolish negativity, right? Of faith to one, neutral, nothing. All faith is a blind side. It is a crapshoot and a gamble on your logic from your mind to your body. If I say I have faith in something, it means I have doubt, okay? But if I say I'm going to go do something more positive than this until I feel good as truth, you can have a faithful doubt that I will absolutely only do that and be the bigger and better of it, because the physics of reality, of all things bonding matter of atoms, right, works that way. If they're more positive to the good truth of their shape, form, and mass, they can only get bigger and better to the here and now of the reality check of them, to their embodiment of matter. And nothing in existence ever decays, disintegrates, or dies of that except crisscrossing faith, the followers of it, right? And the negativity that it is. You hear me? Then that's a fact. You see? You can't suffer out of existence, decay, and disintegrate, die of being more positive from the mind to the body than all negativity. It does not happen in reality check. But if you don't know that, you're always dying of it. You see? And where you come up short with your logic is where the world comes up short to the reality check of it being positive and good as individuals and as a whole. That's why one together, right? We have to be bonded more positive than negative to be good as truth of the shape, form, and mass of this earth to the bigger and better of all mankind of negativity. And if you aren't convinced yet, the state of one more positive than all negativity when crisscrossed with all is the substance, durability, and saltness. It is the value and volume of all shape, form, and mass to the here and now of reality check. It's the density and structure of the buildings, trees, you, me, everybody of everything, with all you see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. And every time two or more atoms cross and bond, they can only do it one more positive with two or more Christ-like, right? With the bigger, better energy of the man up, good God and truth of all reality check I am than all negativity, okay? Where two or more atoms come together more positive than negative, right? They are stated good to the truth of their shape, form, and mass. And by the physics and laws of all no matter of atoms crossing and bonding, they can only get bigger and better to the reality check of their shape, form, mass, whatever they're expressing to the here and now of them. The state of one more positive, right, from the inside out is the only light, joy, warmth, good God or truth, Holy Spirit for everlasting peace, all will ever know or be. And it is the absolute bigger and better than all decay, disintegration, suffering, and death of all negativity. Prove for yourselves. That is a fact of God check from the full thief man. God, King, Adam man, first evolved, the triple male of all I am. Check my comment post. Check my community pages. I have a lot of playlists. Go through the songs. Enjoy yourselves. Find logic to the reality check of what your faith is coming up short on you. Find a more positive, productive way That's the bigger and better of you than all negativity. If you do, you can only be good for that. That's the truth. That's the bigger and better life of Jesus Christ by example. The shroud of Turin of all I am, you see, you got to make the negative of you more positive than that. That's how you become good as truth. And if you do it preset, you can't kill that. And that is a fact check. That is from the Fool, Thief, Man, God, King, Adam Man, first evolved, the triple male of all I am. Peace.